All right, I was born and raised in Duluth, Minnesota. I'm the middle child between two brothers, really close in age. I come from a low-income family. We were so blue-collar, we had no collar, right? Okay, I was 17 when I had my first daughter. But I had good grades, and I played trumpet, and I got a scholarship, and I went to UMD and graduated in 2004 with my bachelor's. In 2005, I had my second child, and for the first time in my whole life, things felt a little bit normal. That given all the odds of being low income and a teen mom, things were going to be okay. I had a house, growing family, and a career. A year later, in 2006, my father committed suicide. We were devastated. At his funeral, I played trumpet. A year after his death, I struggled with depression, a depression I didn't understand. It hurt to eat, it hurt to smile, it hurt to laugh. I started recalling some things about my father. One of them was that he used to sit on the edge of his bed with a crappy guitar and put on a VHS tape and learn how to play a couple simple chords. And he'd strum along, and he was happy when he did it. So here I am, a year after his death, deep in this depression, not knowing how to handle it. I went and bought a guitar, purchased 3 months worth of lessons, and I have played almost every day ever since. It was me, the sound of those sweet 6 strings, and the memories of my father. There were some songs that I played where I would cry through the entire song, just sobbing and playing. But every time I was done playing, I'd put the guitar down and I'd feel better. So I knew it was working in some way. It was healing. Even my younger brother started to play guitar. I don't think us 3 kids were confused why my dad killed himself. We were confused and scared and not knowing of this whole idea of losing him. He was gone. We were only in our 20s, and we had our dad gone forever. So that was really what we were coping with. 3 years later, in 2009, my younger brother Tim was killed in a car accident, him and his best friend Hans. They were killed by a man driving 58 miles an hour through a red light because he was asleep at the wheel. Tim died instantly. Hans died later that day in the hospital. This was 3 years after our father committed suicide. Again, grieving, coping with the loss, I played music at his funeral. I digged more deeply into my music. I started to go out to live shows and hear other people play, and that's what motivated me to learn how to play live. My first real live performance was at Sacred Heart. I signed up for Duluth Does Opry. I knew nobody there. I had barely been playing just in my bedroom, let alone in front of people. I got on stage in front of 200 plus people and sang my little heart out to a Dolly Parton song. It's Grand Ole Opry style music. At the end of the song, everybody was clapping, I'm shaking, and it hit me that this is what I was born to do. It was more than the feeling of, man, I'm really loving this. It was this right here I need to be doing all the time. You can even see how comfortable I am right here, right? From 2011 until today, I have had at least, or an average of, 1 show or performance per week. So I haven't stopped doing this. I started writing songs. Writing was healing for me. I was getting out an expression of myself and what I was feeling, but I was also playing that for people so that they could listen and understand. I wrote enough songs for my first album, got a band together, raised some money, and we recorded at Sacred Heart, that same place where I had my first real live performance. This album was released in 2013. That takes us up to almost today. In the last year, I want to share with you some of the legal drama that has been related to my brother's accident and how that has related to my writing music. First song I want to talk about is Victim's Warning. The man who killed my brother got off with 2 misdemeanors, a 30-day stint at NERC, and $2,000 fine. Nothing on his record about killing 2 people, so I wrote the song Victim's Warning. Second song I want to talk about is We Will Let Him Rest. The day of my brother's funeral, his ex-wife, who he was legally married to at the time, argued over his remains. My brother sat on a shelf for 3 years. We were finally able to put him to rest a little over a year ago, so I wrote the song, We Will Let Him Rest. Another song, Christopher. My only nephew by blood, my brother's son, was kept away from us. We had to go to court and battle just for the right to have visitations. Our first visit with him was a little over a year ago. It was so emotional for me. Guys, he is just like my brother. It was so emotional. I went home, bawled my eyes out, and then I wrote the song, Stories for Christopher. Our last court case, and oh my gosh, I hope we're done. The very last one happened this past summer. We sued the insurance companies for the wrongful death of my brother. We settled, and the percentage of my money is going to the Timothy John EP. This is a 5-track album that'll be coming out later this spring. Guys, music is healing. Music was always there for me. When I look back at my life as a little girl, I sang in church. Throughout high school, junior high, college, I played trumpet. But why didn't I keep playing trumpet? Why did I wait until 2007 to play guitar? I just never tapped into it. But in those early days of grief with my dad and my brother, I realized that music was doing 2 things. One, music was healing me. It was actually fixing things. I was getting back to me. When you're in a depression, if any of you guys have been depressed or know someone that's depressed, the most frustrating thing is that you're someone else, and it's hard to get back to who you were. Now, I'm not the person I was, but I'm telling you, I'm a lot more like the way that I was. I can smile, I can laugh, and I can eat food. In this last minute that I have with you, I want you to think about your life. What are you doing right now, every day, week, or month that you are truly passionate about? Music is my passion, and I wouldn't have found that if I didn't dig into that. If you're not doing something right now that truly awakens your soul, you've got some searching to do, and I'm going to give you a few tips. Try new things, meet new people, and get out of your comfort zone. Okay, so I want you guys to find your passion. I want you to find joy and peace and sanity in that passion, because when you do find it, that peace and sanity is going to heal you when life tries to break you, and trust me, it is going to try to break you. My story doesn't end here. I'm still trying new things. This year, I joined concert band at the College of St. Scholastica. I'm playing trumpet now regularly for the first time in over 10 years. So guys, get out of that comfort zone, try new things, meet new people, and live your passion. Thank you.
Good job.